Hi, my name is Shelly and welcome to another cooking special. And today we're gonna be making a classic dish everyone loves, and it is classic spaghetti bolognese. So without further ado, let's start cooking. We're gonna need a couple of regular onions, some garlic cloves, tomatoes, and tomato paste. A little bit of red wine and some ground beef. A big skillet, very recommended. Heat it up. Add a little bit of olive oil, and start chopping everything in that order. We got our ground beef right here. First thing we're gonna do, peel the onion so we don't make too much mess. Alright, so let's start with the onion. I'm gonna chop it. So I'm gonna dice the onion. You guys can do whatever you like. Slice it or cut it in any shape you prefer. I like to have the onion pretty small because then it just merges with the sauce better. So once the pan is hot, we're gonna be adding the onion. I'm gonna use 4 cloves of garlic with 2 medium-sized onion. I'm gonna be chopping the garlic right here. You don't really have to chop them finely. I'm just gonna slice them. Make sure you don't have any skin. And in the meantime, I'm gonna take some tomatoes, peel them, and then mince them. If you want to see a good trick on how to do it super quickly in less than 10 seconds, check out my TikTok video at Shelly Shop Official. To add the garlic and the ground beef in the mix. So you don't want to brown the onion too much. You want it to kind of look a little bit see-through and a little bit caramelized. Then you add the garlic. Ground beef. So I'm using here about half a kilo of ground beef or a full pound. And now we want to combine everything together, brown everything up. Alright. Alright, so let's chop some parsley in the meantime. Just make sure your parsley is washed. There is a lot of stuff going on there in the parsley. So I'm using about half a bouquet of parsley. I'm gonna put the rest here. Use it maybe later for soup or stock, whatever. And I'm gonna give it a rough chop. So like you can see, I'm not doing a lot. Just cutting it a little bit, but keeping the shape in here. It's all gonna look really nice in the sauce. Alright, so now that we got a good color on the ground beef, you can see it's all fried up. It got browned a little bit, and it's also very, very like split up into tiny little pieces. Once it's done, you take tomato paste and you add it to the sauce. And I'm adding the tomato paste because I want to kind of give the tomato paste a little bit of a fry in the pan. So once the tomato, the concentrated tomato, got a little bit of a fry, we're gonna add 1 cup of red wine. Let the alcohol evaporate and reduce a little bit. Now that's gonna give it a super rich flavor. Gonna give it the taste where everyone is gonna wonder what you put in there, but you won't be able to point it out. That's gonna be it. And it's also gonna give it a more rich color. Red wine always works. Always does the trick. And then after we're done with the red wine, tomatoes, remember the tomatoes? We're gonna add them. And of course the fresher the better, but if you don't have the energy to go and kill tomatoes and watch my TikToks, then you can always buy canned tomatoes and just add that. Nobody's gonna know. I'm gonna leave the seasoning to the end. A lot of liquid in your sauce. Liquid tends to evaporate with heat over time, and a lot of times if you put a little bit too much salt or you put exactly the amount of salt in the beginning, once it reduces, it could be very, very salty. So I would recommend for everyone to just wait till the very end before you add the salt and pepper. Because then you're gonna have a better idea of how it's gonna taste. What we want to see is we want everything to come together. We want the sauce to look a little bit richer than just tomatoes and have a little bit more thickness to it. So once the sauce is good to go, we're gonna add our salt, pepper, and parsley. But I'm gonna keep a little bit in this thing for garnish for later. And stir. And meanwhile, when you're waiting for the sauce to be done and come together, boil some water, separate pot, cook the pasta, and bon appetit, you got Bolognese pasta. Alright, once the water boils, first you want to salt them. So I heard you want to make the water taste like seawater, so salt them up good. Take a little bit of pasta, put the pasta in the water, So once the pasta is cooked, and I like mine a little bit al dente, so everyone cook the pasta to however you like it. Take a little bit of the pasta water and add it to the sauce. This is gonna give the sauce another kind of like dimensional flavor. It's going to make the sauce a little bit more thicker because of the starch in the water. And once you're done, take the pasta, strain the rest of the water, and you are done. Plate here. Gonna give it a little twist. There we go. Take a little bit of that gorgeous sauce and put it on top. I got a little bit of Parmesan cheese over here. Take a potato peeler and give it a few shavings. A little bit of parsley. Bon appetit.